Hello and welcome to this week's episode of On Track. I'm your host, Claire Roden, and returning with us is MajungaMike.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
So you've been on this show before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were here last year as Majungas, our trio, but unfortunately, we couldn't all get together here tonight, so I just thought I'd do some raw, acoustic stuff for you.
So what's the story behind the name?
Majungas is, it's shortened from the dinosaur named Majungasaurus. It was known amongst paleontologists as this piteous-looking dinosaur. So I learned about it on a TV show, and I just I thought it was really funny, so I wrote a song about it, and it just kind of so happened when we got together as a band and we started jamming out, that was the one that really we all connected on. So when we got to the topic of what should our band name be, we said maybe we should just take this Majunga thing and run with it. Okay.
So what is your position in the band?
Our electric set, I'm bass and vocals.
Okay. So what do you do when you're writing the songs? Like, do you have a part in writing the songs? Do you have a part in, getting the gigs?
I mean, we all kind of chip in with certain things in terms of getting gigs and finding our next lead, certain opportunities. Songwriting, that's primarily been my responsibility. That's kind of how the whole thing started is, I kind of spent some time, discovered myself as a songwriter, and when I got the band together, we just started to chip away at, the demos that I had already compiled. And so that's just kind of been our system. I'll come up with the songs, and then the band kind of just takes it to that next level.
Okay. So what's usually your inspiration? You said that you are more like the songwriter. What inspires you? What do you go out and do when you want to write a song?
Usually, when something catches my attention or something seems a little strange or unusual, I kind of embed that in the back of my mind, because I try to make a song that's never been told before. And when I'm coming up with musical arrangements, I try to do something that's a little different, not so, I've heard this before. So I try to pair that with the bizarre storytelling and unique characters that I create, and just kind of go with it from that.
So did you have any influences when you first got into music that sort of led you, to your style now?
Plenty of singer-songwriters. Warren Zevon, he does Werewolves of London, so you could kind of see where this, the bizarre, sense of humor comes in from him. But also just, classic rock bands, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, a lot of 70s rock bands like The Who, Pink Floyd. So I mean, the influences come from all over, really.
So have you, did you know when you first got into music that you wanted to do comedic stuff, or were you into it more serious and it got sort of more comedic later on?
That's just kind of always how my writing has been. I spent a good decade trying to find where I fit in performing arts, and interestingly, when I first got into it, I thought I was going to be a stand-up comedian. So I spent 2 years of my life just writing stand-up comedy stuff. And I think maybe that influence kind of, leaked into the humor in my songs. I also spent a lot of time unsuccessfully as a screenwriter. So I think that kind of shaped my storytelling ability with my songs. So kind of the humor and the storytelling just kind of fit with songwriting.
So I know that your band likes to, last time you were here, you were all in costume. Mm-hmm. So do you guys have are you dressing up as characters? Are you, are these characters that you made? Because I was on your website, and you had this character, the creeper and everything. What's up?
It might be okay, but he actually likes to make his presence known sometimes when you say his name, and he's here.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Well, this is awkward.
Man.
So I guess I'm going to do a song called Beware of the Creeper. Thanks. She's getting sexed up on a Saturday night. Blood in the ocean, will the sharks bite? 16 outfits laid out on her bed, picking one to knock 'em all dead. She fixed her hair, then painted her face, locked all the doors just in case. We met eyes in her rearview mirror, unaware that I'm her creeper. Beware of the creeper. Beware of the creeper. At the club, she's happy as can be, look on her face of rich ecstasy. I lost her place in the overcrowded lines. Close my eyes, she's with me in my mind. Hours later, she left looking kinda rough. Signaled for a cab, 'cause she's had enough. At home, she's fast asleep in her chamber. Say your prayers, it's the creeper. The creeper.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first, don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, you talk with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
Don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Welcome back to On Track. I'm your host, Claire Roden, and with me today is MajungaMike. So you've been in the movies recently, or you've had something to do with, a movie making, or what's up with that?
Quite a bit. When we left the show last year, I kind of made it a point to seek out different opportunities rather than just playing gigs and stuff like that. So I expanded my search and really tried to listen, to anyone who is looking for, a need for music. And I always thought, with our storytelling and our characters and our uniqueness, that we'd fit well with movies. So it started with one director from Indiana. He needed a band to appear in his movie, and he also needed some music submitted for the soundtrack. So we did that for him. we also filmed a couple music videos of our own to some of our older songs. And just maybe a few weeks ago, I learned that a different director, probably more of a moderately sized, budgeted, independent movie, is going to use 2 of our songs for his soundtrack. So kind of excited about that one too.
So do you know what movies these are going to be in, or can you not say yet, or?
The first one that we did, it's a movie called Alexandria.
Okay.
And I'm not sure about the second one. There's still a lot in development there.
Okay. So in 2015, you had a single called Salem.
Oh, it was Spirit of Salem.
Spirit of Salem.
Yeah. You know, I always wanted to do a song about Halloween.
Okay.
And you know, as you could tell, we're a very Halloween-friendly band. So I actually heard about this event that happens in Salem, Massachusetts. It's called Haunted Happenings. And what they do is they celebrate Halloween the entire month of October. So from the 1st to the 31st, it's perfectly acceptable for people to just be wearing witch costumes in the middle of the street. And I got such a kick out of that, because that's always been my fantasy, is to celebrate Halloween more than just one day. So I said, if I'm going to do a song, it's going to be about this. And I just tried to learn as much about the events and what goes on there, and just came up with the song.
So you have an EP coming out, Seattle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So is that with Majunga?
Correct, yeah. So far, all the music we've released is just with Majungas. But that was more of like a personal experience that I had in terms of the influence, because I spent some time last spring in the Seattle area, and there were a few neighborhoods that kind of really resonated with me. And as soon as I got home, you know, I just penned down the songs, and I could have just added it to like a longer album list, but I said, you know, I really wanted to make something just for the Seattle people in those specific neighborhoods, and that's why I called it Seattle Rock, and it's just a 2-song EP. It should be available on Spotify and iTunes within probably the next few weeks.
So up next, we're going to hear...
So from the Seattle EP, it's Breakfast in Ballard and the Fremont Troll, and then something from my personal demo vault called My Demon Child.
All right, let's take a listen.
I was killing time at the High Life, placed an order for the waffle slam. Watching Ballardites flood the farmer's market on a Sunday at 10 a.m. The roads are blocked for the day's events, vendors stationed inside their tents. The street musicians are ready to play. Breakfast in Ballard, what a wonderful day. Incoming boats unload their catch at the fishermen's terminal docks, while tourists migrate to the west, visiting the Ballard locks. Well, kudos to Chettenden's design. His concrete wall stood the test of time. From Puget Sound through Salmon Bay, breakfast in Ballard, what a wonderful day. The Monster Art and Clothing Store sells paintings with creepy eyes, and Sonic Boom Records has crates of vinyl. I'll hang out till my bus arrives. But the rapid ride was running late. Take a walk and get a coffee from Slate. I see blue behind those skies of gray. Breakfast in Ballard, what a wonderful day. I said breakfast in Ballard, what a wonderful day. It was just an ordinary day, heading up to Finney Ridge. driving through that orange and blue Fremont Bridge. When I got to 36th Street, there came a rumble from the east. I was stared down by the upcapped eye of a concrete beast. Como TV hit the scene for a live newscast. They watched him storm the downtown streets like a supersonic blast. He drank a monster-sized mocha from espresso on the go. Laughed around the Burt Gilman chorale, making everyone look slow. He's the Fremont troll. The Fremont troll. He broke into the Fremont Brewing, stole a big barrel of beer, threw a party in the streets for the Fremontiers. The cops tried to subdue him, but he was built like a rock, with daggers that could slice through their thickest steel locks. Chocolate factory, found a can of fossil fuel by the dinosaur topiary. He brought it to the Fremont rocket fuselage. Lennon lit the base of the shaft and said, "Bon voyage." Free the Fremont troll. I wanna free the Fremont troll. Tear down Troll Avenue. Yeah, so long to the Fremont troll. I got a call from the principal at school. They said your child is here dressed like a ghoul. Come pick him up before he's seen. He can't pretend like it's Halloween. My child likes to paint his face dead pale, darken his lips and fingernails. He sticks out in a crowd, hardly makes a sound, labeled the laughing stock of the town. He shies away from women, never takes a chance. He never attended the high school dance. His peers bully him for no good reason. When questioned they said it's 'cause he looks like a demon. Shattering his confidence. This ridicule doesn't make sense. Think of what your actions bring. Can't we behave like human beings? There are some things you should know. He has good traits to show. Don't judge because he looks grim. This is my child and I love him. Later that night I sat beside his bed, wiped away the tears and caressed his head. I said, unclench your fist and give up the fight. Two wrongs never seem to make it right. As your parent I know for certain, underneath that costume you're a good person. Someday you'll outgrow your gothic face and graduate on to better days. You'll find the cure for cancer and be hailed the king. Your
critics won't amount to anything. So close your eyes and let your dreams run wild. Sweet good night, my demon child. Sweet good night, my demon child. Sweet good night, my demon child.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one.
What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, frogs, spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Hello and welcome back to On Track. I'm your host, Claire Roden, and with me tonight is MajungaMike. So the two songs we just heard, the Breakfast in Ballard and the Fremont Troll, are from your Seattle Rock EP?
Correct.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, there are two neighborhoods outside of Seattle, Ballard and Fremont, and Ballard was just a real pleasant experience. Real friendly people over there, and I kind of had this chord progression in the back of my mind for a long time, and I just didn't have the right vehicle for it. And for some reason, the music reminded me of it as I was going through that experience of downtown Ballard and all the things that they have to offer there. And I just was really observant of everything, and just kind of when I got home, I just wrote everything down, and that became the song "Breakfast in Ballard." Fremont, awesome neighborhood, just super creative, super quirky, really creative people there, and they have this very strange concrete art piece underneath the Fremont Bridge, and it's just a big troll made out of concrete, and it's a huge tourist attraction. People go up to it, take pictures, and I thought with all the creativity of Fremont and the musicians that came from Seattle, I thought that there had to have been a song about it, but to my surprise there wasn't, so I said, well, I'm going to be the first to write one.
So where can we hear more of, more from the Majungas?
You could visit us at majungastheband.com. We're on iTunes, we're on Spotify.
Okay, so the songs we're going to hear up next are, I know one of them is Dying Sucks. What's the one before that?
Should be Rambunctious Boy.
Okay, so Rambunctious Boy and Dying Sucks. Thank you so much for tuning into On Track tonight. I've been your host, Claire Roden, and with me tonight has been MajungaMike. Have a good night.
I'm feeling drained, it's been a long, hard day. Just wanna lay down and drift away. But waiting at the door is my protege, indicating he wants to play. It doesn't matter if there's rain or snow. Tie on his shoes and he's ready to go. All wound up, waiting to blow. Just sit back and watch the show. Rambunctious boy, rambunctious boy, rambunctious boy, rambunctious boy. On your marks, get set, he's ready to deploy. Here comes the rambunctious boy. Well, a minute ago the house was clean. Now he's tearing up the place like a Wolverine. love the rambunctious boy.
This one's called Dying Sucks, because it really truly does.
Today's my birthday, I turned 65. Blew out my candles, it's great to be alive. I look back on the past, reminisce good times. Longing for the days at the peak of my prime. Though I'm nearing the end, I ain't ready to quit. This world is a gift and I cherish it. Life can be a bitch cause it happens too fast. So I do the right things and hope to make it last. I say no to drugs and drinks at the bars. Smoking's bad too, it fills your lungs with tar. I shop organic, spend the extra few bucks. I hope it pays off cause dying sucks. Oh, dying sucks, dying sucks. Hang on to life cause dying sucks. Oh, dying sucks. Dying sucks. Sooner or later you'll run out of love. Every Sunday I go to Mass, get on my knees and kiss God's ass. I lead a holy life, made all the sacraments. I follow the top 10 commandments. Yes, I believe in the Bible, just in case he exists. Don't wanna end up dead on the crucifix. Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? No one's ever come back from the dead to tell. The exit door is a great unknown, and it's something that we all walk through alone. No one achieves immortality. Tomorrow is never a guarantee. Enjoy each day to the fullest extent. Drink the last drop and spend every cent. And when you've had your fill from the feast of life, take your curtain call and shut off the light.